Now, I've been through some very important issues for women, and now I'm going to give a couple of hard truths for men. Okay? You know, the old adage is, and the typical scenario for divorce is the man normally thinks everything's fine. You know, and it seems like seemingly all of a sudden his wife presents him with divorce papers or requests a divorce. And to him, it's seemingly like, what? Out of the blue? You know, and he's saying everything's been fine. And I guess, though, well, obviously everything wasn't fine, seeing that she obviously wasn't happy. And signs were usually there, but he just was oblivious to it. And so men have to get cornered on to the signs that, well, she doesn't love you anymore. You know, when you're in a relationship with someone, you expect that person to love you, which is why you're together. However, feelings can change, and women are known to hide their feelings rather well. So, how do you tell if she doesn't love you anymore? Well, the first thing is she barely talks to you. You know, women have a natural need to connect with people, and talking is an important part of that. You know, I've heard a thing about 10,000 words, that a woman needs to speak at 10,000 words a day. And it's a social thing for her, and it's an outlet that she needs to talk to someone. Well, that really is true. So if she doesn't talk to you, then so that's usually a very, very, it is an alarm bell. You know, because before she may have talked to you about what she did during the day, who she likes and doesn't like, issues that have come up. And she would also discuss her problems with you, and she would also listen to yours, and you both discuss how to solve them. So when she has gone quiet, it really indicates that she has disconnected from you emotionally. It's because basically she has checked out emotionally, which means she no longer views you as her partner in her heart. Now, this might be gradual, as she might have started talking to you less and less. Okay? So that's the big thing. Now, second thinking point is that she seems irritable when she's around you. You know, you may have noticed that she's become more snappy and short with you than before. In other words, she's irritable when she's around you. Now, because she has disconnected emotionally with you, she would have also lost respect and love for you. Then you have now become an irritant to her. Her eyes would no longer light up when she sees you. Instead, she would rather not see you. And this irritable behavior of hers when she is around only you and no one else, you know, she doesn't seem to do it with anyone else, is a sure sign that she no longer loves you. Okay, that is a hard truth, but that is the case. Third thing is she avoids intimacy with you. Now, this one's pretty obvious. Intimacy between a couple is more than physical. It's the emotional and melding of the mind as well as the body. Now, because she has disconnected emotionally from you, then it will also come through to the physical, that she has disassociated herself from you in her mind, and this will flow through to the physical, and she will also disassociate herself from you physically. She will firstly stop sleeping with you, then make excuses not to. You will then also notice that regular affection, such as kissing, gets less and less, and then she will actively avoid even kissing you. Physical affection comes from emotional affection, so once the love and affection is no longer there, then it's going to flow through to the physical, and it will also no longer be there. Okay. And next is you're always left out of her plans. As she no longer sees you as part of her life, both consciously and unconsciously, because previously she would have discussed what she was doing with you, and you would both discuss what you would be doing or going somewhere together and make decisions as a team. However, things have changed and she goes ahead and makes decisions on her own without even letting you know beforehand. She might now plan what she would do by herself or with others that doesn't seem to include you. And that includes spending more and more time with her friends. She would not even inform you beforehand and might only tell you she is going when she's headed out the door. And this is a sure sign that you are no longer sharing a life together. As she has decided to stop sharing a life with you. Now, the next point is she avoids discussions of your future together. In the past, you may have both discussed your dreams and goals, what they were, and obviously how you were going to achieve them, both one supporting the other and together. You may now find that she no longer brings it up with you and also not want to talk about it when you bring it up. She being abrupt, then getting up and leaving the room when you bring up the subject is a sure sign that she doesn't not want a future with you. This is because she has disconnected from you emotionally and no longer sees you in her heart as her partner. And since that is the case, then she will, of course, no longer discuss your future together as she no longer sees a future together with you. And next, she starts criticizing you. Besides or in addition to being irritable around you, she may also start criticizing you. All the little habits that she may have found cute in the past will now irritates her and she criticizes you about them. She may also criticize the things you do that she never had before, such as your cooking, the way you hang out your washing, or how you mow the lawn. She may also criticize your ideas, your job, that they are no longer good enough. And this is a sure sign that she no longer values you and no longer holds you in esteem that she once did, because she no longer loves you. All right, the next thing, and rather saying touchy point, is that she puts you down in front of others. Now, following from her now criticizing you, it all comes down to her no longer respecting you. Now, because of that, she may put you down in front of others. It may be blatant, such as pointing out your shortcomings and apologizing to others for them. Like, oh, sorry, Jeff is just hopeless with cars, so he can't help you with them. Which is a subtle put down, or a more blatant one, such as, I don't know why I ever married Jeff. She may even leave the gathering on her own without telling you, as she doesn't want to be seen as your partner. And this is because, again, she no longer sees you as a partner, which is why she is no longer proud of you and no longer has any qualms about how others perceive you, as she is no longer with you. And lastly, might be pretty obvious, she flirts with others. Now, it should be an obvious one, though it still doesn't gel with some people, mainly because it involves emotions. You see, when you're at a party or social gathering, you may find that she hangs around men more and is laughing and more happy to keep hanging around them, or certain men she has connected with. Not just at a social gathering, but instances like with new men both you and she meets, and her interactions with them are warm and friendly beyond what the norm is. She may do this behavior unconsciously, as in her heart, she now sees herself as a single woman. When she was single and out on the dating scene, this was how she acted, and now she's just reverting back to that again, because she is now a single girl again. And that's in her heart. That's how she feels. So, in conclusion, it may be hard to face or even acknowledge this, but we need to face reality when the signs are there, that we are no longer loved by our nearest and dearest. It is important, as there will no longer be any point to stay with them when there is no love, and the signs are there when there isn't. We just need to be able to identify them. So, gentlemen, just really consider what I've said. And for those that have recognized at least some of the points that I have pointed out, just really think about it. Everyone deserves respect. And if she no longer has feelings for you, look, it's not the end of the world. It may be, it doesn't mean that you're hopeless or have no worth. You just might be the wrong person for her. And that, she just realized that. Or she's being the wrong person for you. So if that's been the case, look, it's best for you both to just move on. And say, and not feel bad about it. It's just that, you're just not right for each other. And that's what my whole premise is, that you need to hook up with the person that you're naturally compatible with. Just because you're wrong for someone doesn't mean you're wrong for someone else. You could be the perfect partner for someone else. Okay? It's just a matter of identifying who and knowing what the right partner for you is. And that's why I'm here to give advice and advise people where you need to match up on, because this is your most important decision ever, and that who your life partner is, and it needs to be given the importance that it deserves, which unfortunately it hasn't been. All right, so just have a think about it.